Krishna? I think I asked this question earlier, but I wanted to repeat this question. And let us see how many. I will give two choices. I'll give two choices, and let me know what choice you are going to choose. You need to raise the hands. Who is great, Krishna or his devotees? Two choices: Krishna great or devotees great. Who accepts? Raise your hand. Who says Krishna is great? Five. Okay, five. Five devotees said that Krishna is great, and I hope. And let me ask this question: who says that Krishna's devotees are great? Raise your hands. God. No, both his answer is not there. Only two answers. Relative, both are great, obviously great, but relative greatness I am talking. Okay. Why I asked this question? Did you have any idea? Why I have asked this question? Why I asked this question is 5 days back. Okay, before I say the answer, let me ask you another question. So many people are desperate about a lot of things, right? Have you seen any person who has professional experience of more than 15 years? And how desperate he can be for a job? Did you get the question, or is it not clear? Now what I wanted from you to know is, in that desperateness, what kind of statements they could have put to you. 15 years experience candidate, job experience candidate, and he is desperate for a job. He is desperate for a job. Already he had a successful 15 years career, professional career, working in big companies, and after 15 years his job is lost, and he is desperate for a job. Have you come across anyone who is desperate for a job, who is more than 15 years experienced? Yes. What kind of, in that desperateness, to what kind of statements he might have made for that job? Worst case scenario. What is the worst case statement he would have put to you for getting a job? I can do anything. I can do anything if you provide a job. That's a good answer. Next.
15 years industry.
Yes, 15 years in industry. That's why less than 5 years easily we can get the answer, but more than 15 years, if someone is desperate, one answer I got from Adarsh: I can do anything for the job. What answers you might have had? Please help. What else? Yeah, routine dialogues. In that desperateness, how you can show?
Any role, any place, any salary.
Any role, any place, any salary. Yes. Anything else? Anything else?
Even less salary is also fine.
Even less salary also fine. Yes. That's it? Exhausted with the answers?
I did big things. Chota cheez ke liye I think still doing.
Okay. Anyway, since answer is there, no offense intended, but I just wanted to read out the message of a person who is almost more than 20 years experience candidate. He did roles of AVP, Associate Vice President, kind of roles also he did, and after 20 years he lost his job, and he's without job for the last 2 years. And in one of the WhatsApp groups, he sent out a message. I just wanted to read the message. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes.
Dear friends, with folded hands, I am reaching out to you. Anyway, this is how it is related to Bhagavadgita. Since already we briefly discussed about Karma Kanda from 2.31 to 2.36 and 38 till now. This is something related to, I will connect the dots. Okay? I will first read out the message. He says, dear friends, with folded hands, I am reaching out to you in the most helpless and broken state of my life. This is not easy for me, especially considering my years of experience and the dignity I once held. But today, I stand before you, stripped of all pride, pleading for your support. Friends, I know this may sound like a desperate cry, but this is the brutal reality of my life. I have been jobless for more than 20 months now. My 74-year-old mother still shattered physically and mentally after my father's loss, cries aloud in prayers every single day. Unable to bear seeing me in this state, my wife, in her frustration, often throws her Mangal Sutra at me, telling me I am unfit to be her husband. Each incident leaving me humiliated and crushed. My son too has lost faith in me. His eyes filled with disappointment that pierces my heart more than anything else. I am fighting the darkest thoughts daily, battling suicidal tendencies, yet trying to hold myself together for the sake of my family. In desperation, I even tried to start something in my own, hoping to rebuild, but that too ended in a betrayal and failure. Cheated by those who promised to help, with medical expenses for my mother, my son's education fee, and endless financial commitments strangling me. I feel like I am being cornered from every side. The only thread keeping me alive is the thought of my mother, wife, and son. With folded hands, I sincerely beg you, please, if possible, help me find an opportunity that matches my skills and experience. A small referral or a word from you to your network could mean the world to me and my family in this darkest hour. With a heavy heart and deepest desperation, Kamesh. And he forwarded the CV. He sent it in the group actually. For the seniors, there is a separate group, so he sent it a message, the CV, and one devotee in the group tried to call him and explain that can you look out for any suitable positions for you, which later we'll internally with HR or some other contacts we can reference, or at least try to arrange an interview. You only check and give the links for those jobs. So why I brought this, the person who tried to call, and since he called, he didn't pick up the phone, and also he sent a message as well, but he didn't respond. So now, analyzing his situation, is it his karma he is facing this? Yes or no? 100%. Now, who has given this situation? Is it Krishna or not? Krishna. But Krishna is giving. So Krishna is giving. So it's Krishna's this thing. Why we need to help? Is it right? Because it's a Krishna's decision, right? Yes or no? Are you aligned with me? It's Krishna's decision. So is it not duty of a devotee to think that it is Krishna's decision to have that person in that situation and we should not help? Huh?
Is he devotee?
No, he is not a devotee. The person who is in this situation is not a devotee, by the way. He is not a devotee. He is a non-devotee. But a devotee in that group has responded and tried to reach him and to see if that help can be made. But is it right? A lot of questions here. It is Krishna's decision. He is in that situation. So let him bhukto. Let him or her face the problem. It is Krishna's decision. Do we need to leave? Or as a devotee, if it is there in your hand, do you need to help? Or we need to leave it as it is Krishna's sanctioned that particular thing, we need to leave it. What are your thoughts? కాదు కదా, yes. So Prabhuji and Mataji, that's the point here. Help is, I'm just taking an example, but karma, we need to understand that when we are in certain situation, though it is karma, with whatever the past life, this thing, they might be facing currently, but it does not give a license for the others not to help, or devotees especially not to help. If it is there in hand, they should help. And Krishna really, helped that endeavor, and there are a lot of spiritual credits for that. Okay. Why I brought this topic? Because it is related to our karma kanda, and karma topic is going on currently, and we are at 2.36. So let us go ahead with. So quick update on the previous recap is. Do you remember what was the recap? Arjuna has to, there are two options. Fight a war. If he wins, he will rule the entire world. If he loses, he will go to heavenly planets. Both way it is win-loss. If he is fighting a war, there are two advantages. One is if he wins, he rules the entire world. And if he loses, he attains heavenly planets, which is more, more materially favorable than this Earth planet. Two things. Now, if he fights, there are two options. But if he doesn't fight, what are the things? If he doesn't fight, huh?
Running away from his karma.
Huh?
Running away from his karma.
Actually, he incurs sins. He incurs sin by not doing his duty. That's what the duty has been insisted here. Earlier also, earlier also we have seen, like, there are two kinds of dharmas, right? In this body we have soul and body. In this body we are having a soul. So we are not this body, but we are a soul. So you know what? Actually, in how many are good at chemistry subject? Anyone else? Everyone is good? I don't know. To your level, you are not. Have you mixed any time two chemicals? Yes. Now, in that liquid, there might be two chemicals mixed. Each and every chemical has its properties, right? One you mix, you will be getting blue color. Apart from that, second color you mix, second chemical you mix, you will get a different color. So each and every entity has its duty. Though they are in a single glass, there are two chemicals. Each and every chemical has different duties. Similarly, this body has body as well as soul. We are actually souls, not body. But since we are there in this body, there are two entities. One is soul, another is body. And there would be a swadharma for each and everything. The swadharma of a body is varnashrama dharma, and swadharma of a soul is Bhagavad dharma. Are you getting? Bhagavad dharma is nothing but bhakti. Varnashrama dharma on this body, it will be applicable only till you are there in this body. But in soul, when you are soul, Bhagavad dharma would be applicable for eternity. Sometimes you don't like a subject. But still, as a father, you try to imbibe lot of things. What's the name, beta? Sampath, right? Sampath is not interested in mathematics at all. He's not at all interested in mathematics. Now his dad, पढ़ो बेटा, इस मैथमेटिक्स रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन बहुत इजी है, प्रॉपर्टी बहुत इजी है, मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा आपको, करके बैठने 2-3 साल के बाद when he actually listens to it 2 to 3 years time, then Sampath, right? Samath. Then after 2 to 3 years, without any push itself, Samath is very much interested in mathematics. Automatically he gets no need of external push for make him study mathematics. Similarly, bhakti, soul natural phenomenon is bhakti. Bhakti karna, yaar boring hai yaar, this thing. No, we have to push ourselves. At one time you will be reaching that this is the actual duty which we need to perform. Now in this 2.36, let us go to 2.36. So basically, Krishna is trying to say, in those two cases, is that a right thinking? That if you do a war and if you win, you'll be ruling the entire world, and if you are losing or you are dying, you'll be going to heavenly planets. In the both perspectives, Arjuna is thinking a material enjoyment. Am I clear? Let me put it this. Samarth, right? Samarth. मैं आजकल बहुत गजनी बन रहा हूँ. So Samarth. Now Samarth, for example, if he says, Daddy, मैं IIT crack करूँगा. I need what is it? Jordan shoes and iPhone 17. I will crack IIT for sure, but I need iPhone 17 and Jordan's shoes. Jordan shoes, I heard it is 20 to 25,000. हाँ? So that's right. कभी सुना नहीं सर. 20,000 का shoes भी होता है करके मालूम नहीं मुझे. It's okay. So if he says that, Samarth says, yes, now I got it right. So Samarth says to his dad that I will crack daddy for a sure IIT, but if I crack, you need to give me Jordan shoes and iPhone 17 thing. One thing is, if he cracks, he will be getting. But if he doesn't crack, is there any loss? Daddy is there to take care, no? But is this the right attitude to crack IIT? As a student, it is his dharma to study. So that's the point what even Krishna tries to tell Arjuna. Go beyond enjoyment. Don't think about material enjoyment. Even if you win or lose, in both perspectives you are thinking material opulence. Heavenly planets में जाके enjoy करेंगे. But heavenly planets also there is no end. You have to come back at some point. And even if you are winning, you will be ruling this world, enjoying this material world for some time, and you will be leaving the body. So that consciousness itself is wrong. That's what the point he says in 2.36. Let yes. But sometimes, Mataji, we need to, this kind of generation, we need to deal, it's not that hard. Simply, I will not give anything. It will not work out. We need to balance. Okay, let us do this together. 2.36. Avacha vadamscha jabahun vadishyanti tanvahita. Yeah, do you want to read? Come on. Loudly. Okay. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Now, as Arjuna was saying that I will, instead of killing so many people, instead of not performing my duty, I will run away from war. For that, Krishna says, your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Understood? If he leaves the battle, he will be getting a bad name, right? Kohli is such a wonderful player. Abhishek Sharma is a wonderful opener. And after already two matches, Pakistan damaged. 2 matches we won. And in the third match, if he says, no, I will not play. Obviously, Pakistan will think, right, that he is coward. There is no injuries, nothing like that, no major health issues. Then they might think, right, despite winning so many laurels, Arjuna got Pashpatastra from Lord Shiva. Such a credentials. He studied in planets like Brihaspati, with Brihaspati Gurudev, and so that's what Krishna is trying to point. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Now, Vishnu Prabhu is calling. Yeah. So now let us read the purport. Who can you read better? Riyan? Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yeah. Lord Krishna was astonished in beginning at Arjuna's uncalled for play for compassion, and he described his compassion as befitting the non-Aryans. Now in so many words, he has proved his statements against Arjuna's so-called compassion. I think it's pretty straightforward. Additional explanation from Parampara: behave respectable to bring respectability to Lord Krishna's message. People with bad intentions and bad values will use bad words to hurt others. Even Pandavas were insulted while being sent to exile after the gambling match. Duryodhana called Bhima as a cow while he was going out of the kingdom to exile. Karna called Draupadi a prostitute to insult her. Before the war, one night before, Duryodhana sent Unuka, son of Shakuni, to say bad words against Pandavas. Duryodhana had distorted the story to make Pandavas look at fault, and Lord Krishna is warning Arjuna that his enemies can distort his image for future by showing his compassion in a very different way. Devotees should bring respectability to Lord Krishna by performing their material responsibilities in the best way that society respects them. There is a point to catch, Prabhuji and Mataji. When Krishna says that devotees should bring respectability to Lord Krishna by performing their material responsibilities in the best way that society respects them. So, a Krishna conscious devotee, when he is a student, he will give her best. When he is in job, he will give his best. So we should give our best to set a standard in the society that, how are you that much intelligent, right? How are you a topper, right? How are you best employee of a company, right? If someone asks, you should tell. Being in Krishna consciousness, it has helped me. I daily do chanting. I take sattvic food. So you are increasing not only improving your image, but you are improving the image of Krishna also in the society. That's what even materially also devotees should be best in their job. Bhakti moola kuchunta, chanting cheskunta, I will not perform, I will be away. No. That's the point what Krishna is trying to say here. Devotees should bring respectability to Lord Krishna by performing their material responsibilities in the best way that society respects them. Then society will also hear Lord Krishna's message. Otherwise, if devotees look incompetent, then the society will use bad words to show devotees and Lord Krishna's message as bad. There is every possibility. Actually, they catch that possibility only because you came to bhakti. That is the reason why. That is the reason why you are facing this failure. Very sensitive thread, Prabhuji and Mataji. When you are in devotion, especially if something wrong happens, people will fall to that you are taking up bhakti. That is the reason why you are facing this. It is a general tendency. I don't know whether. I hope majority of them have faced it. If something negative happens, a person who is there or devotee who is there in bhakti, if something negative happens, you are in bhakti, that's why it happened. 2.37. Let us do this together. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischaya. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. Like a boy, we can't take, for a boy who is there who need to work, we can't give a high philosophy, right? It is your swadharma to read skanda. It is your swadharma to read or have the education properly. Otherwise, it will be a problem for you. Tomorrow, you will be facing the karma of your past life. It will not agree, no. So, we need to give some chocolate. If I give this chocolate, if you read this lesson today, I will give this chocolate. Like that, Krishna till now he is telling like that only. That if you need to battle because you will get a good kingdom, entire earth to rule. Otherwise, you will go to heavenly planets. It's a chocolate. You are correlating, right? But Krishna, even in the later shlokas, he will tell that is not the thing. Material opulences you should not think. He will say later. But here he is saying, therefore, get up with determination and fight. Even for material thing, fight. No, materially you will be benefitable. That's what he is trying to say. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. Already we told this. Knowledge of Atma and Dharma redefines loss situation as win-win. Yeah. Knowledge of Atma and Dharma redefines lose-lose situation as win-win. You cannot avoid the unavoidability by not performing your duty. But, here Lord Krishna is once again asking a positive spin by explaining Arjuna that by not fighting, it is the worst course of action. His best course is to fight and die in the battlefield. But here is the practically, if you see, sometimes we give our best, but still the result will not go our way. Yes or no? That are we capable? Here, see, it's not that easy we can take it. What is that? You will die, you will go to heavenly planets. Think about the same situation to us. You have given your 100%. So that's what Prabhuji and Mataji think. Bhagavad Gita message is very much relatable even today. Only what is there in your hand is to give your best. You should not regret. You should not regret that I have not given your best. And after giving your best, even if it's a failure, right. But can we take that? మనకు అంత సక్సెసే కావాలి. Everything, whatever attempt we make in this material world, everything should be successful. If we are not successful, depression, crying, sad, and scolding neighbors. Something happens to us, someone appears, we see very angrily, right? With anger we will see, ये मखन చూసాను నా గిరైంది, right? इसका सुबह सुबह इसका फेस देखा बिगड़ गया पूरा. But it's a very heavy statement, Prabhuji and Mataji. Whatever Krishna has mentioned here, very heavy statement. Arjuna said the situation in different. Here Lord Krishna asking Arjuna to make a decision considering all consequences of his actions of action or inaction. Principles of dharma are lighthouses, and keeping them as a basis, Lord Krishna is helping Arjuna see the situation on a different way to make him act. Okay? Yeah, 2.30. Now this Karma Kanda, we are going to end it. Karma Kanda topic would be over here. So, let us read this together. Let us chant this together. Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labhau jaya jayam tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. Whether in happiness or distress, or loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so you will never incur sin. There might be a lot of families, Prabhujis and Matajis, where their partner might not be supportive, or their parents, their kids are not hearing to them. Kids are not hearing to them. Their parents are not hearing them, or parents, my son is not hearing to me. Lot of things would be there. But one point what we need to see is, Prabhujis and Matajis, especially in the current society, no one is a born devotee. Majority of them, in fact 95% of them are not born devotees. I already told what are born devotees, right? Born devotees are the ones who are coming out of mother's womb after doing Garbhadan Samskar. Garbhadan Samskar, majority of them, they do Garbhadan Samskar, then the kids are devotee kids. But majority of the people in Kali Yuga are not devotees. And it's a fact which we need to take. Into account. After taking into account, there is every possibility purification process will be very high in different roles. That's what Krishna is trying to say. Without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so you shall never incur sin. Even if your partner or your parents are there, your duty towards them should be beautiful as per dharma. My father, what did he do? इसने कुछ नहीं किया, मैं इसको देखूंगा नहीं. That is not the solution. Whatever the situation your dad did, that is not there in your hand. But what you can do is there in your hand. What you can do is there in your hand. So that's the point what Krishna is trying to convey. Selflessly dutiful. Now here, point is, it's a big topic. Here, Nishkama Karma Yoga. What is Nishkama? What is Nishkama?
Without expectation.
Without material desires. Nishkama is without material desires. Then karma. Karma is work. Karma is work. And yoga is other results in offering results to Krishna. Okay, sukha dukkhe, labha labho, jaya jayo. So he's giving all other conditions. Now, tell me one thing. He told about with the material consciousness that should not be the attitude. Now, you should not have that reason to fight. If I win the war, I'll get this earth, and if I not win, I'll go to heavenly planets. Yeah, in any way, I'm going to be lucky or profitable. I will do war. That is not the consciousness what we should have. That is again, it is not. It is material desire. It is not nishkama because it is with material desire. So, nishkama is nothing but without material desires. But with what attitude one should fight? With what attitude one should fight? What Krishna is trying to say. You should fight not to become victorious, but for the sake of duty. You should fight. अरे मेरे बीवी को ऐसा अवमान किया है इसीलिए मैं रिवेंज लूंगा. No, that's not the attitude to fight. The attitude to fight is एक अधर्मिक एक्टिविटी हुआ है and I need to be instrument of God to curb that problem. So that's the attitude what we should have. So you should fight not to become victorious but for the sake of duty, and if you do that, you will not incur sins. Now what was the reason of third reason what Arjuna quoted? First reason was compassion, right? Compassion towards others. Second reason was enjoyment. Third reason was, if I kill these many people, I will incur sin. No, if you are not doing your duty, you will incur sin. That's what the point Krishna is trying to say, that if you don't do your duty, you will be incurring sins. Now, selflessly beautiful. This concept is also called, as I said, Nishkama Karma Yoga. Now, there are two types of Nishkama Karma Yogis. Okay, Nishkama Karma Yogis. Let me ask you one question. Tell me honestly. I don't know if I asked this question earlier in my previous session, but let me ask this once again. Have you known any personality within your circles who is doing high 9 to 6 job, some 40 to 50,000 salary, no expectation with life, bada bada bangla lo, bada bada gaadi lo, no, I need to earn more, I need to take properties, and he is not behind that, but he is doing his duty as a husband, as a father, as a son. He is doing his duty, simple, happy with minimum salary. Have you seen any personalities in and around your locality? Huh? Huh? No, not at all. Rarely find these days like that. But at least elder generation, especially the government employees, 2 decades back. 2 decades back, these kind of personal, they are not devotees, by the way. They are not devotees, but they are very happy with whatever they are having.
When we were kids, like all families are happy. By end of the evening, each family they eat together. This laughs,
Yes.
enjoy.
Yes.
But nowadays everybody is.
So they have a detachment also would be there. I am doing my duty as a father, and whatever the thing I need to give to my student, my kids I am giving, my wife I am doing my duty as a husband. Like that, he will do his duties perfectly, but he is completely detached also, and there is no expectation from the life also. Now the question is, why did they get that kind of attitude? But first of all, have you seen that kind of people? I really doubt if the kids who are there, they might not have seen for sure. But other elders might have seen or faced some kind of people. Now, in communities like Zenith, you can't expect for sure. I'm sorry if it is offensive. But have you come across that kind of people in your life? Yes or no? Yeah, very simple. Actually, they don't have any high expectation. Now, the question is here. Why did they get that attitude? Why do they have that attitude? Guess. No expectation. No, that's not. No expectation, but why did they get that attitude? Why did they get the attitude of no expectation? Why did they get the attitude of detachment? Why did they get the attitude of doing their duty as per their role? It is husband, son, father. Previous karma.
Simply followed their parents.
Frustration. Okay. Frustration.
Actually, they have involved.
No. In frustration, you can't do the duties.
You reach the frustration.
Yeah.
You reach the point where you're frustrated. You think, okay, this is my life.
Let me add one more thing. No frustration. No frustration. No frustration also. They are very happy actually. No frustration also.
His previous
Ah.
So this life he
You are almost there. You are almost there.
They were actually inclined to the Bhagavadgita and scriptures so much.
No. No. That is not the answer.
Because of the members around them,
Ah.
because of the family members and
Ah.
situations
Ah.
made them like that.
Ah.
Is it like that?
No, actually, tell me.
they have completed their material desire in their last life, and in this life God gave them a chance to devote their
But he doesn't believe in God. One more condition is that he doesn't believe in God, by the way. I said no, non-devotees. Right? He doesn't believe. There are so many people like that. Actually. They are very philanthropic in nature. They, wherever possible, they try to give whatever Annadan or Vastradan or Vidyadan. They will try to do all those things. Now, వదిలేస్తారు భగవంతుడు పట్టి అంత ఇది లేదు. దే ఆర్ నాట్ డివోటీస్. దే డోంట్ బిలీవ్ ఇన్ గాడ్ ఆల్సో. నౌ ద ఆన్సర్ సిన్స్ couple of answers I got. So actually thing is they already got the knowledge of Atma Gyan. They already got the Atma Gyan in their previous life. Soul knowledge they already got. Okay, I am soul, I am not this body, so I need to do my duty, whatever is there, I am in this body. They got the Atma Gyan in their previous life. That's why they behave like that. They are very happy, self-sufficient, happy, detached, no frustration, no expectation. So why they are like that? They already gained Atma Gyan in their previous life and they are doing the same thing now. Atma Gyan. And they also will get liberated, by the way. They will also get liberated. What is that kind of liberation? Brahman liberation. Brahman liberation. So they don't go to Goloka or Vaikuntha, but they will go to Brahman liberation, where in the Brahman they will be there. Again there is a possibility of fall down. That is the reason why they feel detached with no frustration, because they already gained the Atma Gyan in their earlier life and here. Let me finish this topic now. I will take this. Now, second type of Nishkama Karma Yogis. This is one kind of Nishkama Karma Yogis. What is the second kind of Nishkama Karma Yogis? Who are the second kind of Nishkama Karma Yogis?
In this first type, the first kind, they are not devoting themselves or offering themselves to Krishna.
No, they are not.
So then, how will they be considered as a Nishkama Karma yogi?
Nishkama Karma without material desire. Nishkama means what? Without material desires.
But they are not offering the results to Krishna.
No, that's what we are saying. They are Nishkama Karmis. Nishkama Karmis. Yogis. Nishkama Karmis.
But they're not offering
Yeah.
Therefore, they are not yogis.
Yes.
Therefore, they are not yogis, they are Karmis.
They are not. This is the first kind of category. The Nishkama Karma, they are the first kind of personality. Second kind of Nishkama Karmis are none other than Bhaktas, devotees. Yes. 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 That's it. So, even devotees, the second category of Nishkama Karmis are none other than devotees themselves, because they are also without material desires. They also work, but they offer the results to God. The first category Nishkama Karmis, they only have Atma Gyan, but second category Bhaktas have Paramatma Gyan, Atma Gyan and also Paramatma Gyan. That Paramatma is there within us and he is watching everything, whatever I am doing, and whatever the work I am doing, the results are offered to him. And by the way, both of them get liberation. First thing is, he has first thing is there are no reactions to his activities. The first category of person, there are no reactions to his actions since he is detached from the work. Whatever the results are there, he is detached from the results. The first category. So there is no reaction. In the second category, for him also, for Bhakta also, there are no reactions for the work he is doing, because the results are offered to Krishna. I understand this. First category, the results, he is not even bothered. He is not detached, he is not attached to the results. First category. He is not offering it to anyone, but he is detached from the result. In the second category of Bhakta, he is offering the results to Krishna. Mataji, check. Amritam. Devotee, yes. that depends on him. You know what? Krishna likes the most loving people. Krishna likes is actually these are they all are jnanis, Mataji. Jnanis. If a jnani becomes a bhakta, it is a peak. But generally, what happens is jnanis there is a possibility of getting pride. Yeah. శ్లోకాలు అసలు ముత్యాల్లాగా రాలుతుంటాయి కానీ ఆ లోపల ఆ సరెండర్ ఉండదు సో బట్ జ్ఞానీస్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ గెటింగ్ దిస్ పరమాత్మ జ్ఞాన్ ఆర్ కృష్ణ జ్ఞాన్ దెన్ హీ విల్ బికమ్ ఎ better devotee than whatever we are. We think sometimes we are devotees, right? He is gnani, he is not a devotee, but if a gnani becomes a devotee, ultimate. Krishna likes them most. When he gets the association of devotees, and the topics come, and once he gets convinced, Mataji, it's a possible. Again, it depends on him. He should grab the opportunity. Till now, he got only Atma Gyan, but if he gets Paramatma Gyan also, then he would be the perfect devotee. Yes. But Krishna will give an opportunity. He will give, but he need to grab that opportunity. Now, whether grabbing or not, it is there in his hands, right? Okay. So now, in the market, there are so many Bhagavad-gitas. Why only Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad-gita? Huh? It has. Now tell me the reason. There are so many Bhagavad-gitas. Each and every one, there are a lot of Bhagavad-gitas are there. Why only Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad-gita? Why the personalities like Prime Ministers, they take this Bhagavad-gita from Srila Prabhupada and gives it to other Prime Ministers or other delegations. Why?
చెప్పింది వినడం కోసం కొన్ని మార్పులు చేర్పులు చేస్తున్నారు.
Okay. Yes. Yes. You know what? All other Bhagavad Gitas also the same knowledge is there. Atma, everyone knows it. Body and soul is different. In all the Bhagavad Gitas also it is mentioned. But generally, we are servants of the Lord. Is the point which generally is not stressed in other Bhagavad Gitas, but here in Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita, he stresses that point very much. We are servants of the God, Supreme God. Our Das Gopi Padakamalayur Dasan. That particular aspect is mainly covered in the Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita as it is. And you can check that. I don't know whether you have time or not, but in other Bhagavad Gitas, this particular aspect is not mentioned. We should always serve in the mood of servant of the servant of the servant. Okay? So, now Krishna is here. Krishna is not advocating that only you have to work. Or Krishna is not only advocating that only you have to fight. What is he advocating? Only work? Or is he asking only to fight? Or he is asking only you should gain spiritual knowledge? No. He is asking to fight remembering me. Whatever the duty you do, you should remember me. అరే వంట చేస్తున్నాం, అరే భోగా ఆఫర్ చేయాలి, కృష్ణుడికి వల్ల నచ్చాలి, సంథింగ్ ఆ కాన్షియస్నెస్ ఉండాలి. Any other activity, Prabhuji and Mataji, you do, you can mix Krishna in your thoughts. That's the point. What even Krishna is trying to highlight here. So, verses 11 to 30, he talks about knowledge, and verses 31 to 37 about karma, and verse 38, Jnana and karma, both of them. That's what he said, fight with detachment, prescribed work with spiritual knowledge. That's what Krishna mentions. Now, purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Riyan Prabhu, can you read this little louder?
Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he regards the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That every minute should be performed for the sake of Krishna
Transcendental consciousness.
So there is no reaction to
Yeah. Hold on. So, Prabhuji said, Mother, you need to take a point here. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle and there is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness, and so there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. But he who completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone. As one in the ordinary course of activities, it is said, yeah, Devarshi Bhutarpa Nunam Pitrunam Na Kinkaro Nityam Na Kinkaro Nayam Rani Cha Rajam Sarvatmana Yaha Saranam Saranyam Gato Mukundam Pariritya Kartam. Anyone who has completely surrendered to Krishna, Mukunda giving up all other duties is no longer debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone. Not the demigods, not the sages, not the people in general, nor princemen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. This is indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse, and the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verses. So, additional examples from Parampara. Till now, Lord Krishna was talking about Karma Kanda, but now Lord Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga. Both are different. Without properly understanding the difference today, Bhagavadgita is considered as do your duty literature. Lord Krishna proved to Arjuna in previous verse that even from Karma Kanda perspective he is only going to gain from this battle. Now Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna to rise to even higher level of consciousness which will keep him satisfied without any effect of the result of the war. Yeah. So that's what Krishna is advocating. Now, I think already we discussed about what is the difference between Nishkama Karmi and Bhakta, right? Everyone knows the difference? Nishkama Karma Yogi and Bhakta. Yes or no? I told one short form. What was it? Last week. Navavidhi Bhakti. What is it? What is it? Shri Krishna's Pavadosa. Come on. Go ahead. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Yes. So Bhakta does this, but not in Nishkama Karmi. He doesn't do. Okay. So now Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga. What is Buddhi? From now rest of the major part 2.39 to 2.43 it is Buddhi Yoga is covered. Till now what is it? Jnana Yoga was covered, Karma Yoga was covered. That's it? Yeah, Karma Yoga was covered. Now he is covering Buddhi Yoga. Now what is Buddhi? Come on. Intelligence. Anything else? మనకు వచ్చిన clarification. Yes. So basically discrimination of what is good or bad. Discrimination, that discriminatory attitude is buddhi. So discrimination of what's right and wrong means attitude to develop that attitude. Develop that attitude of discrimination. That is what buddhi is. Now Buddhi Yoga, what does Buddhi say? To fight. Now again Buddhi Yoga also can be of two types. Certain thinking that you are soul even by then I am not a body. That kind of a discrimination also is nice, right? I am talking about Nishkama Karmis. They are also having this knowledge, or they are able to discriminate whether I am a body or I am a soul. And their actions also very detached in their daily commitments. So that's also one kind of Buddhi Yoga. Even Bhakti Yoga, Bhaktas also can be a Buddhi Yogis as well, as their attitude is always to be act as a Krishna servant. Yes or no? Bhakti Yogi. Now let us read 39. Yeah. Let us do this together. एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्वयिमं शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्था कर्मबन्धं प्रहस्यसि. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. Thus far I have described the knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working with fruitive actions, results. O son of Buddha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of work. Okay, it's a pretty big purport, but I wanted to concentrate mainly on the. Huh?
Actually, I did not understand this topic for 6 years.
6 years this. Buddhi Yoga.
Okay,
Yoga Nidra, yeah.
so I was hearing it in different Shastri, where I asked questions. Just yesterday, in Malone, I was asking, and he explained it in a very simple to understand way, because by reading we will not understand. Pictorially, we can understand. If there is a permission, I can.
Please, nothing. Come on.
Because otherwise we
Yeah,
just
please,
keep
please,
going
please,
and
please,
they will
please.
not understand. Until because I took so long, I don't want them to spend 5 years and not understand this topic. So to fast track your understanding, I can share what I heard. Just day before yesterday I heard it. To some of you I have shared it because it's a Telugu class, so not everybody will understand. So can I draw? Is it possible?
Draw. Okay. Do you want to try?
Can you? How do we do that?
Here,
How is
try.
it attached?
I never tried that.
No, I can draw, but from my screen connected to just.
Okay. ठीक है. Come on. Let's do this.